So Evo Japan just ended, or at least during this recording. I was hoping we saw like a teaser to a new character for Project L or 2X. I'm gonna call it Project L, y'all. I was hoping we saw another character, but I wasn't really. I wasn't really expecting one, but I was hoping we did. We get to see Alawi though. Alawi seems pretty interesting, but I wanted to put out this video before we got any more character announcements. So I want to make a video of the characters that I hope make the game. Now, many people don't know this, but I used to be League of Legends, guy, if you will. I wasn't the best at the game. I didn't play it for that long, but there was a time period in my life where I was a League of Legends player. Was I good at the game? No. There's some characters that I do know. I am very fond of, and there are also some League of Legends characters that I don't remember, and they're most likely new to the game, or at least they weren't in the game when I was playing. I apologize in advance if I butcher in these names. So yeah, let's jump to the video. I'm gonna try to predict their playstyles as well. So if they get into the game, maybe I'm right on like how they, what their archetype is. Okay, so first on the list is Zeri. Now Zeri is a very interesting character to me. Like when I watch people play her in League, she seems like a fun character in League. So hopefully that fun transfers into the fighting game if she ever makes it. In terms of playstyle, I can see her being an install character to where if she does certain enders and combos, she gets like electricity boost and her electricity does more damage, or she's faster or something like that. Or she could be a set play character where she sets like an electricity wall or something and you jump in it, you get stunned or something like that. I can see her playing like that, or she could just be a rushdown. But in terms of me predicting, I will say she is an install character. I think Zeri would be a cool install character, and it would make her very different from the rest of the cast. Next on the list is Yone. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but I do know this is Yasuo's brother. I did see the cinematic back in the day. Yeah, y'all didn't know I watched it, but he's like I don't know. I don't want to say he's like the evil, the evil brother, but he is kind of like the sinister one. And I would like to see the interactions between him and Yasuo and his playstyle compared to Yasuo's and how different it is. And I don't know. I would like to see him be like that dark swordsman in the game. So in terms of playstyle, I will say Yone should be a footsie heavy mid-range character. He kind of like pokes at you from afar, and he's not as quick as Yasuo, but he does more damage than Yasuo. Kind of like, I don't know, the yin and yang to, I don't know if that makes sense. But next on the list is Lee Sin. Like in that fighting game you play, it's that character that just, when you're playing against them, you're like, the person that's playing is not thinking at all. He's just pressing buttons. I think Lee Sin would fit that archetype very well. I think every single fighting game needs that character where you just playing and you're like, that dude is not thinking at all. They're just pressing buttons. Or maybe you just coming home from a long day at work and you just want to press buttons. You don't want to think too much on the game. So you just pick Lee Sin. I think Lee Sin fits the archetype very well. So in terms of playstyle, I think Lee Sin should be a rushdown character. I think just straight hands, straight kicks, nothing else, bro. I also think Lee Sin's an interesting, I don't know. Lee Sin's a cool character design. Next on the list is Ashe. Now, Ashe, she carried me. I don't know if she was good at, I don't know if she was a top tier character in League when I was playing. All I know is when I played her, I felt carried. So Ashe, in terms of playstyle, I think the obvious choice would be Zoner. I can see her being a mid-range zoner. I mean, still a zoner, but you get what I'm saying. I can see her being a mid-range zoner, but in terms of archetypes that we've seen so far, I would like her to be a zoner in the game because we haven't seen. I'm trying to think. I mean, Jinx. I don't really know if Jinx would be considered a zoner, and we haven't seen that much on Jinx since they announced the game, or at least the earlier stages of the game. We haven't really seen Jinx, so we don't technically have a zoner of the game yet. So Ashe could be a good addition. Next up on the list is also one of my most played characters in League, and that's Fiora. I can see Fiora being like a very counter hit heavy character and stance heavy as well. So in terms of playstyle, I would say Fiora could be a stance character. I think it'd be cool for her to have a stance where, like a fencing stance where she like auto parries or something. She auto parries a cross up, and I don't know, having a character that could do that could be very valuable in the game. Maybe she plays into that agile finesse, skill set, and she doesn't make too many movements, but what she does, they're very evasive and stuff like that. I think that'd be very interesting. Next up is Rengar. You know, can I ask y'all something? Is Rengar a tiger, a lion? Or, I don't know what he. I don't know what he. I don't know what he goes by. But I'm gonna just call him a white lion or a tiger. He's a tiger with a sword. I don't know how. Like that is a cool character design. I had to put him in the list. You know how in fighting games, big characters are normally, they're slower. They're on the slower end of things. Well, mostly they're on the slower end of things. I think it'd be cool for Rengar to play into that that feline attribute, and he'd be on the quicker side. Now, I'm not saying he should be quick as Yasuo or Echo or somebody like that, but I think he should have, certain agility moves to help him get in or, get out or something like that. Or I think he should have a dive kick. Why? I don't know. It just came to my head. I think Rengar should have a dive kick. That'd be very interesting to see. Uh, so on to the next character. I think Rengar should be a rushdown character. He's in the jungle a lot. He hunts, so I think that play into his background and also his playstyle. Next on the list is Samira. I know Samira is probably a popular pick for a lot of people. I don't even have to see. I know I know for sure she's probably a popular pick for people to see her in the game. And I'm a part of that crew. I think having a sword and a gun, and I don't know. So in terms of playstyles, I think Samira should be a all-around character. She has everything. She's a little bit of everything. She's just not perfect at anything, but she's good at everything. Kind of like a Shoto, but I don't know. I don't know what you really call her Shoto. I would call her all-around character. Next on the list is Sylas. Sylas overall, I really like Sylas' character and his background and his story. But in terms of playstyles, I think I would like to see Sylas as a quick grappler. I have like a rivalry towards grapplers. I don't know where it started. I'm making Sylas one of my favorite characters in League, a grappler. Okay, this is me shaking y'all hands and saying, I respect y'all to some degree. So I think Sylas should be a quick grappler. And when I think of quick grapplers, I think of Makoto from Street Fighter or Armika from Street Fighter. Normally grapplers are slow and sluggish, and they have to do a lot to get in. Quick grapplers, they're like, that's not their entire playstyle. They can move more than usual. Sylas being that quick grappler of the game, he has a command grabber too, but that's not his entire playstyle. But in terms of archetypes, I'd call him a quick grappler. Hey YouTube, so this is editing me. I was watching the video and I realized I completely just glossed over the fact that Sylas can steal other people's abilities. I don't know why I didn't bring that up at all. I just made him sound like a regular human in League and like a command grab character. But I don't think they'd make him a complete copy character, like a mimic character in the game. I think they would make him more unique in a way. So I don't see him just being a mimic character like Shang Tsung or something like that. But I can see them maybe, him being like an Easter egg character where certain characters just aren't going to make Project L. He can just use some of their moves as just like a hint to them. And them being in a way in some fashion, I think that's one way they could do it. While also giving him his own moveset. So yeah, I'm going to go back to the video me and let him do his thing. Next on the list is Annie. Annie was also, she was like a popular character I saw a lot in League when I was playing. I think you could do a lot in terms of playstyles with her. She has a bear, so you can make her puppet character. I think that's an obvious, that's an obvious go-to. But I would like to see her more in a Fiora role where they're both on the screen, but you're not really playing two characters at once. They're both on the screen, but in terms of combos, you're kind of just you're doing inputs, but during those inputs, they're just trading off hits with each other and going back and forth. I think that'd be pretty interesting. In terms of playstyles, I don't know what you call Fiora. I don't know what you call that playstyle. I'll just call them the Fiora archetype. I don't know what you call the archetype. I probably should have looked it up before I did this video. Before we get into my last character, I do want to say a couple of honorable mentions. Characters that I wanted to put in the list, but I wanted to keep it to 10, so they didn't. First on the list is Nunu and Willem. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm going to say Nunu and Will. Malphite and Renekton. Next on the list is Riven, Ezreal, Dr. Mundo. He gives me Solomon Grundy vibes. And last on the honorable mention list is Akali. Okay, so the last character on my list is Kindred. Kindred is I don't know. Kindred's one of my favorite League of Legends characters. I like their design. I like their skins. I like their character, their background, their story. In terms of playstyles, I would like to see Kindred as a puppet character. Force him into. Oh my gosh, the cross-ups with this character would be so ugly, bro. Oh my god, I'm not blocking. I'm not blocking any of it. I'm not blocking, bro. I'm not blocking any cross-up in this game. Kindred is probably gonna be a crazy cross-up character. Very evil. Gonna be a grimy character for sure. But yeah, that's my list of characters. Let me know what you think. Are you thinking, oh man, this list sucks. If these characters make the game, I'm not even gonna play it. Like, what do you think of my list? You know, and what are the characters you want to see make the game? Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, and peace.